Okay, squabble up, everybody. I figured I'm just going to go ahead and kind of show you all of those different things that I have came up with. Um, this way you can quickly learn what is being offered. And I wanted to kind of move everything to the left and show you guys the feudal incubator. So this is the skeleton structure that I have, as you can see. So this is the skeleton structure of my company, guys. On the left hand side, this is the skeleton structure of the company. So if you wanted to build your own company and you wanted to learn how to thread, the first thing what you guys want to do, you want to use Notion. So Notion will allow you to organize information relatively quickly. So for example, over here, I have programs. I have meetings, I have testing automations, I have meeting starter kit. But if you're a mom over 40 and you are struggling to figure out how to break through and nobody's watching your videos, nobody's really buying any of your products, one of the things that I have seen, one of the biggest problems I have seen is the fact that you just not really creating the structure that people can understand, the high level structure. So over here, what I'm seeing is what I'm showing you guys is a go high level kind of a tool. I'm going to go ahead and show you the go high level tool that I use to create this and show you the go high level tool that I use to create the structure. And then I'm going to show you threads. Is how to build your second brain. This is a very cool way to build your second brain because it will help you be no longer that process prisoner. So how do you build your second brain? So let's say you're a mom over 40, you're struggling to build your second brain. So you decided to join Freedom Fusion Track, which is one of my feudal incubators, and you wanted to see how to develop that second brain. This is the skeleton structure that I have that represents my company. Hopefully you could see kind of a zoomed focus. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna show you the skeleton structure from the high level standpoint, so any mom over 40 can follow easily and recreate this and start using threads in a way that will help you grow. So how do you do this? How do you grow your brand? How do you? My assumption is you already have an existing brand. You're an existing feudal lord, and you are an existing brand owner. So how do you grow that brand? So let's say you have luxury brand and you want to make more sales. There's obviously different things going on inside of your company. There's project management, there's operations, there's sales, there's financing, there's all sorts of shenanigans going on in your company. But how do you actually make sales? Well, what I did is I created this product, and what you can see is this Freedom Fusion Track, which is basically a feudal incubator that is part of one of my programs. So as you can see, this is the types of programs that I have for any kind of side hustlers and digital faceless marketing moms over 40. And Freedom Fusion Track is a great program because it helps moms learn AI content-driven automations and how to build your own agency, how to essentially build a brand like this. So I think you guys get the idea, right? So you definitely want to have a fire-looking brand. In order to make that happen, if you're a mom over 40 and you want to make sure that your brand grows, you have a couple of options. Number one, you either hire hybrid side hustlers who already have the skills of being able to grow your brand faster, and you could get connected with them in my community, or you could learn the skills yourself. And of course, if you learn the skills yourself, I do offer free workshops for any kind of moms who are interested in gaining access to those workshops. Here's a workshop. It's a free workshop for how no longer be that process prisoner. You can ask questions from AI chatbot and get answers to all of your questions. But today we're going to be talking about threads. Today we're going to be talking about how to take your threads, how to take your products and advertise them on threads effectively. In my particular case, obviously, I have an international company, guys. It's an AI and automation agency and a talent agency all in one. what we specialize in. We specialize in helping digital faceless marketing moms over 40 make extra income. And to do that, I built a couple of products. One of them is called ThreadStack, and this is what the product is. Let's go! So ThreadStack, think of it as a power bundle that includes many of those other products over here. And as you can see, all of those products that I'm showing you, they are specifically designed for bougie moms over 40. So let's say you already have a brand and you have a bunch of products. Obviously, you got to have a fire looking profile. You got to have a buy link, and you got to make sure that your buy link is interconnected to all of your socials. So my assumption, you have already done that. You have beautiful socials. You have Buy Me Coffee. You have all sorts of products already lined up. You have all sorts of automations and all sorts of people working for you. But how do you scale this? How do you scale your company, and how do you integrate Threads in the process of doing so? Well, one of the ways to do that is to build your own brain. And what I mean by that is, let me go ahead and build my own brain. I'm going to hit enter, and boom, Threads Bots RAG popped up. So that Threads Bots RAG is an interesting concept, because when you go here, you're going to see more about that concept. And this concept is discussed in what's called feudal incubator training, where you build your second brain with Supabase. So how do you do that? Well, this is a skeleton structure that explains all the details about the second brain. How do you build it? Who it's for? It shows you all those little details. So my mission is to help moms over 40 discover freedom. This is how it can become reality with your very own second brain. And I know many of you guys probably will say, well, what is second brain? How can I accomplish that? And why do I need that? Well, the truth is, guys, many of you are being process prisoner, trying to recall information and repeat information multiple times and not really breaking through to your ideal customer profile. So what you want to do, you want to break through to your ideal customer profile using AI content-driven automations. Over here, what I'm showing you is a simple automation that takes information from Threads and automatically engages people on Threads. So this way you don't have to. So this way you save a colossal amount of time and, of course, money. And, of course, you guys could see an example of that. You could just hit play and see.
And email templates for hotel pitches. And that would be Threads Booster, the highly relevant product that you would most likely be interested in. So how do I do that? How do I know who is interested in what, and how's it possible? Well, guys, look, there's certain things that you want to understand here is that I'm using AI. I'm using AI for all sorts of crazy use cases like this. So the first thing I did is I created a bunch of products in Gamma, and I showed you in previous workshops how I did it. It's just basic presentation talking about each.
So anyway, guys, look, I don't want to bore you with this video. You could watch it on your own. But one thing I will say is this: if you really want to make sure that you are getting value, definitely take a look at this Threads Bots RAG. You could get it absolutely free. All you gotta say is put your $0 price, and you get it absolutely free. You just say, I want this. You hit that, and then you have a second brain. Then you have your second brain, and what you will get with that second brain, you will get the pills of freedom. And this is an example of the pill of freedom that you see in here. This is what you would get. So as you guys know, my mission is to help moms over 40 discover freedom. This is how it can become reality with your very own second brain. So you could watch this video just to kind of give you an idea about it, where I kind of describe
what I did, guys. I shared a powerful strategy on how to repurpose content from popular YouTube videos into engaging guides that resonate with your audience. So what does that mean? That literally just means you find a good video that's trending, and of course I'll show you how to do this, how to create a very good, easy script to do that. You could have either Menace to do that, or you could have Proxy to do that. It can find you those kind of popular YouTube videos that you could easily mimic, and then repackage them in context of your own brand, and then be able to build your very powerful product, your
So let me
full
just go
guide
ahead.
and be able to resell it and make some more money from building, like literally reusing other people's content. And that's exactly what I was going to show you in combination with, of course, showing you a bunch of other things such as how to build your own second brain and leverage that information that you're going to extract from the viral YouTube video as part of your second brain and your workshop that you're going to create and market. And when you can do that, I'm going to explain a little bit more details why you got to create your own workshops and how to set that up, how to organize also all this information. So this way you could have similar thing like your very own Feudal Kingdom Academy type of thing that you could build your very own coaching program and or just organize your brand in general and be able to make more money selling digital products and organize information a lot neater and be able to use AI to go ahead and leverage that information that is very well organized across threads. So what I mean by that is, in this particular thread, what I'm covering is organizational information in Notion, where you simplify your workflow and automate tedious tasks, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. With visual appeal, you get to discover how to make your content pop with icons and emojis, making it more attractive to your audience. You're going to learn more about this concept of pills of freedom, concept for how you could learn how to create bite-sized skill-based lessons that can be easily shared on social media platforms like Threads. And you're going to see how I'm doing this in real time, showing to you how I'm building my feudal kingdom right in front of you. So this way you could build your very own brand, your feudal kingdom, and adapt existing content into your unique style, ensuring that it speaks directly to your audience. In my particular case, it's moms over 40. So that main thing that you're going to get out of this workshop, guys, is that you're going to learn how to streamline your marketing process and combine thread creation with automated information population in Notion for seamless experience. So if you guys want, you could join me on a free 30-minute workshop. I do them twice a month. And you could ask questions and you could grab the link. I'll show you the link a little bit further, but you could either DM Path on my Insta or just scroll further down and there's a link that I'm going to show you, and then literally you could follow that and join those workshops. So this way I know you're interested in those automations, you're interested in simplifying your marketing, you're interested in having a bunch of bots doing the work for you. So this way you don't have to spend colossal amount of time engaging, and of course, so much more. So if you have any questions about Freedom Fusion System programs, products, or services, definitely feel free to ask away. I'm here to support you on your journey, and let's embark on this path of becoming freedom founders versus process prisoners. And we could do this together. I created this very good, interesting Zoom over here. As you can see, it's just go watch it. Trust me, you guys are going to have a blast watching this workshop. And of course, after you watch that, go ahead and take a look at this particular pill. Here's a pill of freedom in case if you want to learn how to build your second brain. In case if any digital moms want to learn how to build it, this is what it is. This is the pill of freedom. It's offered as part of my Feudal Incubator and Feudal Kingdom Academy. It's actually offered in both coaching programs. So the idea behind it is, if you follow that link above, you will get your own second brain called ThreadsBots RAG, which you can use to no longer suffer with remembering information, and you'll be able to simply scrape any site using this ThreadsBots RAG, plus be able to communicate with it later using your own and use it in your own AI automations. And don't worry, you don't need to be technical guru or genius to do any of those automations. I'll show you how to do this relatively quickly. And think of it as your own personal brain, literally, and you could learn more about it. You could see this workshop. And of course, over here, guys, my mission is to help moms over 40 discover that freedom. If you like this bot, this ThreadsBots RAG, then don't hesitate to buy some coffee. I'm a heavy coffee drinker, and this will support my mission, and it can continue, keep going, creating that content for you guys. But if you guys want to learn more about it, just go to this link over here. Click on this link, and this is where you're going to see a little bit of information. And all you got to do is just specify, say, I want this. If you want this ThreadsBots RAG, and you get to see all of the details for this ThreadsBots RAG for doing all of this over here. So read the description. My mission is to help moms over 40 discover freedom. This is how it can become reality with your very own second brain. Imagine just saving time from
having to constantly engage with leads. And imagine saving money on having to spend on expensive freelancers. Imagine being able to use AI to browse threads for you and help you get leads. Imagine building your own second brain and making it harvest your very own threads that you already created and be able to reference them with ease during your marketing on threads. Imagine being able to pull your own digital product and be able to snipe content from other people and incorporate it as your own and build guides out of that content that you can resell for additional extra income. So below is a simple workshop from Feudal Kingdom Academy. Definitely, guys, take a look. This is an example of how I'm doing this with browser use, but this product, browser use kind of like manners. So it just browses around and searches for leads and gets the info and then comes back to you, creates profile of people who you want to be interacting with, and it could respond back to them without you spending any money on any rigorous costs like operator for $200 a month or anything like that. You just literally, I'll show you how to do that with a basic with the basic library. You could learn that. But this product allows moms to interface on threads with leads, feed them into your RAG, and be able to interface with information you load into it. This product is fire for moms over 40 who wants to be liberated from being process prisoner and finally become freedom founder. This product is offered for moms for free as part of Feudal Kingdom Academy and Feudal Incubator. So definitely, guys, if you want to join my Freedom Fusion, if you want to join my Feudal Kingdom Academy or Feudal Incubator, and want to be part of my Freedom Fusion team, whatever the case may be, then definitely go ahead and DM Path on my Insta. Let me know what your interests are, whether you're interested in reselling products or if you're interested in reselling, building your own feudal kingdom, or if you're interested in building your own brain, threads, bots, RAG. So what you'll get on here, you'll get your own zip file, and you'll get access to pills of freedom, and of course access to fire pills of freedom. This is knowledge compacted in Notion for moms to quickly consume, and this is what I was showing you. Like, this is an example of pill of freedom. Over here, this is a
actually
little
create
blue
your
pill.
second brain. So this is how it works. Effectively, as you guys know,
Next time
what I do is I specialize specifically on digital faceless marketing moms, helping them discover freedom faster. So, of course, the way I do this by creating what's called efficiencies and maximizing
So, guys, you already seen an example of that, and this is an example of actually advanced hybrid skill that is not taught in college anywhere in the world. What I'm doing is I'm using in a combination of multiple screens to present information super fast. So this way, it can you could quickly understand what I'm referring to. You could quickly understand who my audience is, and you could quickly understand what kind of AI automation tools I use in the process to help you kind of quickly develop those hybrid skills that many people in the world just don't know how to develop anymore, because there's just so much stuff on the internet and nobody's exactly showing you how you could actually take the brand and build the entire brand and just make money with it. Literally all I see is just people kind of showing you different kind of things with AI, and then you're watching those videos on TikTok, watching all those people, AI grifters with their, dark eyes. You could tell they're just grifters. They're literally showing you the tools, and you're not really making any money with those tools. You're just holding the bag. What I'm doing right now here, guys, is I'm showing you a system, an actual system, and of course it's called Freedom Fusion System. You could learn more about it over here by going to my profile, and in that profile I created a couple of products for, specifically my market is bougie moms, luxury moms over 40. That's my hyper focus, but you could apply the same skill from my Feudal Kingdom Academy or Feudal Incubator, depending on who you are. Like for any brand, it doesn't necessarily have to be luxury brand. It could be real estate. It could be anything. But the idea here, guys, is I see a lot of AI grifters kind of just toasting your brain, and then you just get frustrated because you can't make any money. Nobody's paying attention to any of your videos, and you're not making any sales. I figured I'd just go ahead and help you guys out and show you how to do this. So look, you could join one of my workshops. It's absolutely free. It's called Feudal Kingdom Academy Workshop. This is the workshop where you could learn how to discover how to break free from being a process prisoner and become freedom founder, unlock business growth with automation, and receive a month of free automation services. All you got to do is fill in the spots over here, and then essentially what's going to happen is a bunch of automation is going to kick in, and you're gonna be placed in a queue, and then you're going to be invited into one of those workshops. So Notice the technique that I used right here, right now, in front of you guys. It's an advanced technique. What I did is pulled Notion on one side, and pulled like Buy Me Coffee on another side, and pulled a bunch of tools across, and explain to you a little bit more how to take any digital product and be able to sell it faster. Especially if you're kind of a mom over 40 struggling to make sales, you definitely want to start using Notion. Notion to quickly kind of automate things. You also want to be using ChatGPT to quickly ask questions. Over here, I'm kind of using ChatGPT, and you could tell right away, like, oh my God, it has all the info about my program. And you could do the same thing. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you could totally use ChatGPT to ask all sorts of questions, and it will actually refer to the thread. So over here, I have, because I'm spawning up content across multiple platforms, including Reddit, including Threads, and all sorts of socials. What happens is ChatGPT is aware of all of this information, and that's one of the reasons why you guys also want to be doing that, blasting your brand across multiple socials. So this way, you could just literally pop into ChatGPT, and it will have context across YouTube, across anything. Like literally, I said, this is what I wrote. I said, what is Feudal Incubator? Find me all the sources on the internet and related to Freedom Fusion System, which is obviously my company's name, including YouTube and Threads. And then I went ahead and found everything, including Reddit. And I mean, that's kind of crazy. So if you ask yourself, well, how do I do that? How do I take my brand and how do I blast it across multiple socials? And how do I, like, what will that give me? Well, first of all, guys, remember, Google is no longer being used as much as it used to be because it's being replaced by ChatGPT. And ChatGPT, you could literally ask questions like this, and it will take you directly to the whatever, like to, in this case, it took me to the site. Not only does it, ChatGPT knows where to take me, it could take me to Threads as well, and or any of those other sites. It's absolutely insane if you guys are not utilizing this strategy of blasting your brand across multiple socials. And now you probably have a better reason to understand why you should. And of course, if you guys are interested in learning how to develop those hybrid skills, you could join my workshops. It's absolutely free. It's a 30-minute workshop that I offer to digital faceless marketing moms over 40. All you got to do, if you wanted to take advantage of that workshop, just go to my buy link over here. Notice how I'm using advanced UGC technique. Guys, remember, my company is AI UGC Automation, and it's a talent agency. So what you see me use advanced UGC techniques. You see me using hand gestures, right? That's what you want to be doing when you're describing the products. You want to be using hand gestures, right? You don't want to be too annoying or anything with your hand, but you want to be utilizing different parts of your body. You want to be like multimodal in a way, sort of like ChatGPT can do all sorts of things. And another cool part about ChatGPT, guys, and keep something in mind, when you join my workshops, you definitely learn a lot. You learn not just the news of what's happening in the world of AI and automations, but you literally learn how to grow your brand and get connected with other side hustlers who can help you grow it in case if you do actually have a luxury brand. But whatever the case may be, many of you are probably wondering, well, Rome, like I get it, you showed it to me, all of this other stuff, but what else can you show me that will just blow me away? Well, look, I created a second brain. I figured many of you guys struggling to kind of just remember information altogether. And granted, ChatGPT, sure, it can remember certain things, but if you tell it to go ahead and scrape this side over here, well, it's not going to do it. And because it's not going to do it, you don't have an extra context that you could leverage for your brand. And that could be a horrible thing because it will start hallucinating and you'll never be able to answer accurately any kind of questions and never going to be able to make more sales. And that's actually the reason why I created the second brain, or what's it called, Threads Bots RAG. So guys, look, Threads Bots RAG is kind of crazy. Like literally what you do, you populate your brain with all this information over here into what's it called, Threads Bots RAG. So what this thing does, it uses, and of course, I don't know how familiar you guys are with like AI and whatever, but you don't really need to be. This is just a way, it's sort of like ChatGPT in a box, but trained on your data, meaning, and like nobody, you see guys, like here, I want to tell you something. Nobody exactly showed you before how to use AI using in a combination of AI content-driven automations with your own second brain and digital faceless marketing in a mix. I have not seen any person in the world that does this And I've never seen anybody who can exhibit the same type of UGC skills as you're going to see me exhibit right in front of you in real time as I'm communicating with you and show you those skills. My communication skills, guys, are absolutely insane, and I want to show you how to develop those communication skills as part of my Feudal Kingdom Academy. Now, before I talk about Feudal Kingdom Academy and all sorts of other little shenanigans that I wanted to introduce you, and of course, many of you kind of have your eyes lit up whenever you see AI or anything, but I'm not a big AI guy. I'm a full stack cybersecurity engineer. I do some consulting for big banks and like JP Morgan Chase Bank and a bunch of other big companies, and I'm a fully blown consultant, guys, like literally full stack consultant. So for me, this is kind of it's an everyday world for me to do things, and this is my other side in case if you guys wanted to check it out. This is networkconsultant.net. We secure, we analyze your network, etc. All the products that you see here were developed by me, and I managed to sell that company to another bigger company, to the one that I made a deal with that company. I said, if you keep me your consultant for life, I will give you this website for free. And they did. And I just finished one of the big projects for one of the big banks in New York. So guys, like this what I just showed you over here on enterprise level. This is my, like, this over here, Freedom Fusion System, this is just kind of like my hobby, where I do AI, automation, digital marketing, UGC, and all sorts of other things, and show you guys how to skip all the legwork that many people don't show you. So by the end of the workshop, I'm going to show you something that will just literally blow you away. Now, anybody who's not watching this, they're not going to be impressed because obviously they don't know the context. But you will know the context, and you will see this, and you'll be like, oh my God, I want to start using this. By the end of this workshop, you are not only going to be blown away, you're going to be like, oh my God, I want to start selling products, whatever Rome Wells shows me. Look, here's what I did, just to kind of give you a little bit heads up. What I did is I helped one of the side hustlers from Brazil. His name is Luca. He's only 20 years old, and I helped him like literally become a millionaire. And like in 3 months, I helped him build his entire agency. He has his own agency. He has over 30 people working for him right now. And what I do, I literally help people succeed. But first it was kind of helping side hustlers from overseas, like Luca, and then later on it turned into like helping bougie moms over 40. So look, here's what I did. And of course, you don't need to be a bougie mom over 40 if you were like another side hustler or whatever. It's just my core area of expertise is just my hyper focus is bougie moms over 40. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't help other people as well. I could most certainly, like I helped Luca and etc. So Luca flew away. He has his own company. He's making money in American dollars. When he turned to me, he barely spoke any English. He's in Brazil. And yeah, I helped him like literally build the entire agency. He has his own agency now. So whatever the case may be, I do have multiple feudal incubators for you guys. And I'm going to show you like what I'm talking about on threads marketing and how to do this. I'm going to quickly run through multiple high cardinality heterogeneous complexities with ease. I'm able to crack, like this is what I do for work, guys. I crack code, like literally not code, but multiple systems. I work on multiple systems. So it just becomes extremely easy for me to explain things, not only in the world of technical constructs, but in the world of industry constructs across digital world, content, AI, automation. So this way you hit the ground running and you don't be process prisoner. So in fact, I actually do have a workshop over here called for how not to become process prisoner. And I'm going to this is one of the biggest things that I'm seeing many moms failing. They're holding on to information from the past versus letting it go. But how do you let go? You got to have some sort of a brain where you could, feed all that information, and then you could say goodbye and let go. Well, some of you will say, well, that could be ChatGPT. Sure, great, but it's going to hallucinate. It's not going to be able to crawl specific sites that are restricted by robot.txt file or anything like that. In fact, I actually did this just to kind of prove it to you. I showed it to you in a video, and of course, you could go to my YouTube channel. What I did is I created this brain real quick. And of course, guys, you don't need to have insane technical expertise to go ahead and develop that brain. You could literally just follow my instructions and get the brain up and running. So the question is, how do you make that happen? How do you get the brain up and running? And what is this brain thing? And how do you do this? what does it look like? What does the user interface look like? It looks just like ChatGPT, except you could pick different kind of models. You could pick DeepSeek. You could pick all sorts of other models, like whatever, the French model, ChatGPT, OpenAI, Claude, whatever, right? You could pick them and you're good to go. Now, but that's not the beauty about it. The beauty about your own RAG is that you could, it uses the concept of vector-based kind of thinking. So in a way, when you present information to it, it uses what's called embedding. It just kind of embeds a bunch of keywords and it adds everything into a database. And then you could retrieve information from that database and get that, and you could crawl through whatever heck you want to crawl relatively quickly. So instead of what I see a lot of people doing wrong, they're learning the mechanical skills versus learning how to actually create your second brain, because that will give you an accelerated speed over anybody who's not doing it. In fact, one of the projects that I'm working on right now is replicating N8N. Literally, I see a lot of YouTubers out there who are just kind of showing you all those blueprints and like extracting money out of you guys, saying like, hey, join my community, I'll give you the blueprint, whatever, right? Forget about all that. I'll show you how to literally copy any blueprint just by taking a screenshot in N8N and recreating it directly in N8N without actually paying for any of those blueprints and easily being able to reverse engineer it back. I'll show you the reverse process of that, and then you're going to be able to apply that across almost any industry. That will give you the power of being able to train kind of any use case, any business use case, or whatever the case may be. But I don't want you to get overwhelmed from that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this gradually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to a few very simple things that you can do. Very simple thing. By the end of the workshop, you'll be able to take away those simple things and you will just run with it. And then you come back to me and be like, oh my God, I want some more. That's basically what's going to happen by the end of this workshop, guys. So my goal for you is not to be like super duper AI crazy expert. No. And my goal is not for you to be an automation expert. My goal for you to be the orchestrator. My goal for you to know who to pick, know how to identify who is smart and connect them together. That's basically my goal for you, to be that orchestrator. Now, for you to be that orchestrator, you just need to understand the high-level information for how all of those pieces are built. So this way you could pull the strings. If you could do that, trust me, you're going to be able to build a really good-looking brand. You're going to be able to make more money. You're going to be able to sell more automations, but don't go into the mechanics thinking that if you're a mom over 40, thinking that you're going to be able to outgun all those 20 years old youngsters who are literally just flying across all of those technological constructs. Forget about it. Don't. You instead hire them and give them an opportunity to grow your feudal kingdom one feudal land at a time. Now, over here, you kind of see me kind of not really showing you those products yet, but if you go to my bio.link, you could navigate to some of those products and you could quickly see what each product does. And of course, there's another mobile app that you could download and jump into this FUD community. I kind of designed it sort of like a firewall. There's thousands of side hustlers in that community. You could go ahead and follow me over there. You could download on your iPhone or Android. You open it up, you're good to go. That's where I have my products. And each of those products, ThreadStack products, is like it's like a guide that literally, ThreadStack is a power bundle, and Threads Booster is what gives you the wings of freedom to fly across threads like a maniac and be able to get leads like no tomorrow. And now, how do you do that? How can you develop that skill? Many of you have drop shipping things and like stores and many kind of other things that you guys do in many different businesses, but this fundamental skill of being able to fetch information from other people and get leads is universal. It doesn't apply to, sure, there's differences between platforms. Some may be better or not for one particular business or another, but Threads should be your like literally top priority, guys. Now, not just because I created multiple Threads guides, but for the reason of you just being able to get a lot of clients. But here's where the kicker comes in. I don't want you guys to actually get the clients yourself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the system, your Freedom Fusion system that will liberate you from being that process prisoner. And of course, that is the reason why I'm constantly offering those workshops, the free AI automation workshops for how not to become that process prisoner and instead become a freedom founder. where you could reserve a spot, fill out information, ask any relevant questions from AI chatbot, or heck, even call on the phone number, because guess what? I integrated the voice AI agent as well. And guess what? You could have this voice agent as well for yourself. And guess what? I'm going to do a lot better than that. Not only am I going to give you that voice agent that you could use for yourself, I'm going to give you an opportunity to resell Freedom Fusion system in case if you wanted to make extra income. If you are the brand owner and you kind of don't care about reselling Freedom Fusion system, you just want to automate the heck out of it, and get help in terms of orchestrating all of the resources and getting your feudal kingdom up and running, whatever the representation of your feudal kingdom may be. It may be, for some moms, it may be a luxury brand. For some other folks, it could be their small plumbing business. That's their feudal kingdom. For other folks, it could be they're just the brand owner of some talent agency. That could be their feudal kingdom. And for some folks, it's an academy where you could have your entire feudal kingdom academy, and you trying to orchestrate communities and spawn money from multiple directions, from multiple revenue streams. Whatever the case may be, guys, at the end of the day, what you need to do, you need to stop watching AI grifters and start actually doing. And this is how you start doing. The step number one, you create a buy link. You create a very powerful buy link like this. Now, at first, you're going to be like, "Ooh, but Rome, I don't know what I'm going to put in that buy link." Here's the thing. What you're going to do, you're going to create your own digital product. And of course, in Feudal Incubator, I'll show you how to create your own digital product. Now, Feudal Incubator is a custom coaching program. You don't have to join if you don't want to. You could just get the guide called Threads Booster for $19.99 and learn how to build your own product. Literally learn how to build your own product, learn how to build your own product bundle, and learn how to grow on Threads. That's what Threads Booster is going to allow you to do. Here's a quick little Threads Booster demo. So,
Z, hey digital moms, are you ready to skyrocket your online presence while unlocking new income streams? Introducing Threads Booster, your ultimate tool for mastering content creation and lead generation. With Threads Booster, you'll not only learn the secrets of engaging content, but also gain access to master resale rights and affiliate opportunities. That means you can resell Threads Booster and earn while you learn. Plus, when you join our Freedom Fusion Path community through the Feudal Incubator, you'll receive the exclusive Freedom Fusion bottle. This isn't just a stylish accessory. It's a tool to draw others into the Threads Booster journey, expand your network and income potential. Short on time? No worries. Hire our trained virtual assistants, graduates of the Feudal Incubator with hybrid skills to handle your Threads Booster strategies. Maximize your impact with minimal effort. Hashtag Threads Booster. Digital moms, content creation, income opportunity, Freedom Fusion bottle, Feudal Incubator, virtual assistants.
okay, guys. So I think you got the idea. So basically, what you guys gonna do next is, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly get out of this and kind of. This was just a video. I have a lot of other videos for Threads Booster, and I'll show you how. Before I show you how not to become a process prisoner and be a freedom founder, I'm gonna show you how to quickly use manual techniques. Before I show you any kind of semi-automated techniques and later automated techniques for how not to become a process prisoner, first I wanted to show you manual techniques. So obviously this manual technique is creating a profile like this bio.link, including all of your products. In Threads Booster, you're going to learn how to create your own products. The guide is only $19.99. You could buy it separately, or you could get access to entire Threads Stack Power Bundle, which includes all of those guides that you see over here. And it's only going to be $14.99 per month. Plus, you're going to get access to thousands of workshops. Plus, you're going to get access to other premium guides as well. And plus, you're going to get encouragement and support when I go live in those workshops on the FUD platform. This is the FUD community platform. So nobody actually offers this at such a low price, guys. The only reason I'm able to offer that is because it's in a peer-to-peer workshop settings. It's not like one-on-one. But of course, I also provide one-on-one consulting and for your brand building, for your AI content-driven automations, for your business needs and strategic level thinking. I haven't seen one AI expert out there who does that. I haven't seen one digital marketing person that does that. I haven't seen anybody actually that do that. In fact, guys, Pepsi company, I don't know if you guys seen Pepsi company, like of course you guys know who Pepsi company is. Big, huge company. They created a drink after my company's name. They seen my content so far that they literally created a drink. There's the drink called Freedom Fusion. How crazy is that? They even copied my eagle and the colors. Absolutely insane. That's what happened to me, as crazy as it sounds, when I developed the hybrid skills in the first 2 months of me trying them. With me being a cybersecurity engineer and having absolutely nothing to do with content creation and digital faceless marketing or anything else in that nature, and me doing it at the age of 42. So if I'm able to do that and pull something like that off, trust me, so can you. Now the question is, what do you do next? Like you could browse around on Buy Me Coffee and take a look at other examples. Perhaps maybe you will fall into this one of those examples. So Freedom Fusion System Company, what kind of programs we have? This is the types of programs we have for real estate investors. We have programs for digital marketing, for Bougie Moms Over 40 with hybrid skills. We have Freedom Fusion Track. This is the one that I was actually showing you earlier. This is the track, sort of like a train track. And what you see here is the skeleton structure of the actual organization of the whole company. The second thing after creating your buy link and including all this information in your buy link and obviously including all your socials, the next thing which you guys want to do, you want to include your communities. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to orchestrate and create your own communities. You're going to be using Discord in combination with Slack. Anytime you create a Pill of Freedom in Notion, that Pill of Freedom is automatically going to fly into Slack. You're going to have a bunch of automations kicking in and jumping into Slack, making it easy for you, including when you go on Zoom, it will come back with a beautiful transcript. And so this way you could take that transcript and create a bunch of threads with it in combination with the context from the actual YouTube video and so much more. And the idea here behind my feudal system framework that I have reincarnated from Japan in 2024 is for you to be able to inherit it and use it for your own self and be able to build that very same feudal kingdom. So this way you could have your own revenue streams generated from multiple types of feudal incubators. Now, that's the beauty about feudal system. I made it as an inheritable open source framework. In case if you guys are not familiar with what feudal system is where you reflect, learn, execute, mentor, and squash atomic habits as you do so across multiple platforms. That's what feudal system is. And Feudal Kingdom Academy and Feudal Incubators are basically like my brainchild kind of systems that I spun up from thinking how can two types of audiences help each other. So in Feudal Incubators, there's side hustlers from overseas, and from Feudal Kingdom Academy, it's the brand owners, the feudal lords. So effectively, when people join Feudal Incubator, they're not the feudal lord yet. They're side hustlers cultivating the feudal land for the feudal lord who have gave them the feudal share to cultivate and grow their feudal kingdom one feudal land at a time. Notice how I went ahead and I intertwined vocabularies together. And as I'm kind of showing you guys all of these techniques, I'm going to be showing you some other very advanced UGC techniques. So pay close attention how I'm using the movements of my hands as I'm describing all of those high cardinality heterogeneous complexities and not running through with the monotone structure of the voice. Instead, I'm showing you guys combinational hybrid skills by literally using hands, by showing you social media, by showing you AI content-driven automations, and by showing you variations of Notion that you could leverage right away. And I'm going to give you a couple of tricks, couple of tips that will help you be no longer a process prisoner. And I'm going to give you a couple of exercises, guys, that you're just going to have to trust me on this one. So the first one is obviously you're going to create a bio link, just like the one that I showed you. So this is the bio link you're going to create. You're going to include all of your socials. If you have a GitHub, good to go. If you're not technical, don't worry about it. But my entire brand has a cat in there. I don't know if you guys seen. My entire brand is like full of cats. I don't know if you guys seen it. Let me go ahead, even show. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys the cats, and perhaps I will at some point once I load that Pill of Freedom. But the idea here, a couple of things that I want you to extract, and I'm going to show you also advanced skill that you could use right away when you're presenting information. So what you want to do after creating a buy link and including all of your socials, what you guys want to do next is create two screens. Notice, like on the left hand side, what you see is Freedom Fusion Track. And as you can see, this is one of my, if I open up programs, I have everything inside of the programs. It's clear 100% what is what. My skeleton structure over here for the company also is very clear from the high level standpoint. So you definitely want to introduce high level aspects of your mission, values, goals, all those different things you want to introduce for your company, so this way you don't confuse people when you start communicating with them. You want to include recordings, so all of your recordings when you do on Zoom gets automatically dropped, and they're gonna get dropped into Notion, and then I'm gonna show you a technique for how you could use AI from Notion to easily interface directly with your recordings, including with whatever the pills of freedom that you're going to end up creating, from which you're going to be generating a revenue stream, because you're going to be charging people to access those pills of freedom, in combination of helping the feudal lords grow their feudal kingdom one feudal land at a time, and doing all sorts of consulting services for them. So I know I kind of provided lots of different high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities in the mix of me just talking. But one thing I wanted to explain to you is if you don't want to be the process prisoner, you got to start off with the metadata. Just like in cybersecurity, when I'm dealing with different types of systems, I went to the bank, one of the banks, I did consulting. I walked into the bank. They said, hey, we don't know exactly how the data flows from point A to point Z. And I'm like, man, okay, can you explain what kind of systems in between? And they were like, well, we don't exactly know. So I looked at how many systems they had. They had every vendor in the planet. So literally, guys, if you don't understand the concept of system level thinking, it's going to be very difficult for you to succeed in life. So if you want to succeed in life, develop hybrid skills in combination of system level thinking plus the vector-based thinking. Vector-based thinking is one of the most advanced skills. I only seen few people possess that skill with vector-based thinking. In fact, that's how I actually designed my ThreadsBots product. That's ThreadsBots RAG product. It utilizes vector databases to go ahead and infuse information from basic websites in gradually allowing you to infuse information and refer to that information, sort of like ChatGPT, except it hallucinates less because it's actual data that it scrapes, versus ChatGPT that doesn't do that. It actually is restricted from robot TXT file from being able to get any data. But needless to say, what I'm going to tell you is the next trick that's going to help you be no longer the process prisoner. Of course, right now I'm kind of showing you this Freedom Fusion track, which is a very good track. It's one of those good feudal incubators that is perfect for side hustlers from overseas or any other kind of side hustlers who are just seeking to create their own AI automation or UGC talent agency. Notice I said AI or UGC talent agency. I didn't just say, yeah, you will learn how to create AI automation agency. There's no such thing as AI automation agency, guys. People, the business, the feudal need and feudal want of the feudal lord spans across multiple high cardinality heterogeneous complexities, guys. If you don't maintain that need in a way that helps them, then they're going to be like, nah, we don't really need your services. Well, you do what? Automations? Nah, what exactly are you going to automate? Unless you understand the actual brand, the mechanics of the actual industry, is going to be very difficult for you to succeed and develop that brain power in a way where you could be no longer the process prisoner. But needless to say, I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly what you need to do to develop that hybrid skill, to develop that vector-based thinking, to develop system-based thinking, and how to equate that into money, and how to do this gradually based on your kind of balance, based on your life without overwhelming yourself. And this is how you do it, guys. Right now, what you kind of see is the structural kind of representation of the Pill of Freedom. And the next thing that what I want you guys to do is construct the Pill of Freedom just like this, where you're going to be literally opening up, like right here. I'm going to go ahead and I created this Pill of Freedom on Notion, and this is what it looks like. So this is what the Pill of Freedom looks like in Notion. This is what the second brain is. Superbase, everything, there's a beautiful metadata, everything is being explained. You could click on one link, it will navigate and take you to buy that link, and then when you kind of scroll further down, it shows the priority. It shows that it's a part of the product bundle called ThreadStack, It has the program name. It has all of this metadata, right? So that's the next thing that I want you to do as part of building your feudal kingdom. You want to create the metadata. You want to, and sure, guys, you could still use the same name, Feudal Kingdom Academy and Feudal Incubator. So this way you're consistent with the feudal system. And so the idea here is you as an orchestrator, your avatar is orchestrator. You are under no obligation to, you have no obligation currently to be anything else other than the orchestrator in your existing life as a bougie mom over 40. You just cannot afford to be anything more than an orchestrator. You cannot be executioner. You cannot be optimizer. You have to be orchestrator. That has to be your avatar. Now, can you overlap some other avatars as you go along, depending on your feudal kingdom needs and wants? Sure. But your primary core responsibility as the bougie mom over 40 who has the brand to run is to be that boss mom that you deserve to be, to be the orchestrator. That means being able to leverage different communities for your brand, where you interconnect multiple pieces together and combine those different types of audiences across different communities, to help you better understand this and to help you understand how, like, what you're supposed to do next. You're going to be constructing pills of freedom in Notion. You're going to be referencing the metadata that's going to be relevant to your community and your particular audience. And you're going to have two types of audience, and you're going to set yourself in between both of those audiences, and you're going to be producing money from both of those audiences. One of the audiences is going to be part of Feudal Incubator. The other one is going to be part of Feudal Kingdom Academy. So that's going to be, so you have a little bit of homework to do. Feudal Kingdom Academy, you're going to create that. You're going to create a community. You're going to do it in Discord. And you're going to do this. You're going to try to do it by next week, guys. This the assignment for you guys. It's very easy. You sign up for Discord. You give it a bunch of channels in there. You put things in and you hit the ground running and let people join those channels. And I'll show you how to do that, how to connect Discord with your bunch of automations in Slack. So this way, those pills of freedom, as you're constructing them, they automatically jump into Discord. Of course, I'm trying to open it. I don't know if it's opening. Let's see. It looks like one of the processes is kind of being stuck. Anyway, I think it may have been opened. Okay, so as you can see, this is a Freedom Fusion land, and here's a Freedom Fusion path. I'm going at super fast pace, guys. I'm giving you the information that 99% of the people do not provide on any of the AI automation experts or anybody like that do not provide this information. They just kind of say, "Oh, I will automate this. You'll learn this automation." You don't want to learn things anymore, guys. The train has passed. You cannot keep up with the speed of the 20 years old guys or gals who are like flying across all of those different high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities in a world of automations or AI. You just can't afford to do that. You have to be the orchestrator. You have to be somebody who's literally jumping in front of other people and orchestrating them and then making money in between. So what I'm trying to say is what you're going to do, you're going to create two communities. And one of them is going to be Freedom Fusion Path and Freedom Fusion Land. So of course you're going to come up with like different names, but the Feudal Kingdom and Feudal Kingdom Academy, Feudal System, that you could keep the names. But for your brand, like definitely have your own kind of name brand. In my particular case, it's Freedom Fusion Land and Freedom Fusion Path. So in Freedom Fusion Path is where I have those pills of freedom popping in left and right. They're dropping into different types of channels. It's a little bit kind of, it doesn't look like it's a good structure because it's not closed. But if I was to close that, here's the Freedom Fusion track. So there's a bunch of wins, there's a bunch of course mentoring, room 1, room 2, those kind of structure you could easily create in Discord. Set it up like this. That's basically the first step what you're going to do. And you're going to include all of your programs. You're going to do this quickly, and you're going to connect those programs to Notion. And then when you're going to be in Notion, you're going to be controlling Notion first manually from Notion. Later on, I'm going to show you how to interconnect this to your voice chatbot. So this way you could talk to the voice chatbot. It's going to orchestrate all those things for you. And then you're going to have a bunch of bots actually doing all the stuff for you. So this way you don't even have to, they're going to be dropping those pills of freedom in. But the idea here, guys, is like this. I'm just kind of showing you kind of combinations. So over here, so basically what you want to do, you want to have a bunch of channels, you want to have a bunch of wins, you want to have a bunch of rooms that people could jump into. You create that skeleton structure, And what you want to be doing, you want to be dropping those pills of freedom anytime you create them for each specific program. And you're going to be charging people for each program. You're going to be charging them money, and they're going to be paying that money, and they're going to be happy to be paying that money, providing that you deliver value. My goal, my role for you guys is to build a system, your very own Freedom Fusion system, relatively quick. And what you're going to be doing in one community, you're going to be providing those pills of freedom, and you're going to be giving those pills so this way side hustlers could pop them. So what I mean by that, by popping those pills, that means they're going to be learning information quickly. They're going to be looking at the pill of freedom. They're going to be like, oh, okay, what is that pill of freedom? Oh, okay, and it's going to be creating AI voice agent. Like you, as the bougie mom over 40, maybe perhaps you'd be like, okay, well, I don't know anything about AI voice agents, but maybe you are building your feudal kingdom that has something to do with luxury brand and drop shipping or something, right? So obviously you're gonna know something about whatever it is that you're building your feudal kingdom about. In my particular case, my feudal kingdom is surrounded by AI voice agents, and it's anything related with AI automations. That's one. That's basically Freedom Fusion track. And Freedom Fusion Digital is anything digital faceless marketing with a hyper focus only on digital faceless marketing. That's Freedom Fusion Digital. Freedom Fusion Pitch is everything relevant to pitching skills, developing those skills. So I'm going on a million miles an hour, guys. But the idea is you want to start off with one of the feudal incubators at first. So what you're going to do, the first step, you're going to create a buy link. Second step, you're going to build Discord. In Discord, you're going to have two communities. One of them is going to be something with your name, like in my case, it's Freedom Fusion Path, and it's going to be for one type of audience. And another one is going to be for another one. So for Freedom Fusion Land, my audience happens to be the feudal lords. And you literally could use the same words, feudal lords. You could inherit the entire feudal system if you want to learn more details about it. I do have a guide. Go to my buy.link/Freedom Fusion System, and you could jump into my FUD and see. I have an entire guide for what the feudal system is. You could literally see how you could rewire your brain. So if you happen to be somebody who's stuck being a process prisoner and been stuck for many years and just cannot break through, then trust me, feudal system is for you. It helped me rewire my brain and no longer be the process prisoner. It took me about 2 weeks to open up my brain. I documented everything as part of a social experiment in the FUD community, and you could go here, you could go check it out, and you could learn more about it, and you can check out all the other guides and workshops and get access to Thread Stack Power Bundle and all of those other things that I was talking about that I haven't even discussed yet in terms of showing you how to do on Threads. Now, of course, it's going to be exponentially difficult for me to do that unless you go and simply watch those workshops and read them, but I will give you some little bonus tips for how to no longer be that process prisoner. So the next thing, after creating those pills of freedom, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be creating very fast videos and associating those videos with your skeleton structure. You're going to be using Toggle to create a very good, you're gonna have this kind of element structure where everything is hidden, and where you could just open things up by hitting a little icon, and it's just gonna quickly open things up. So the question is, how do you do this? What is the point of that? The reason why, guys, is because you don't want to overwhelm your audience directly with a lot of content. That's kind of obvious, but for whatever reason, it's not obvious for many people. And they continuously overcomplicate things and just show way too many things right away thrown in people's face. And that's how people get discouraged and run away. And that's how you don't get any kind of attention span on anybody. So the key for you guys is to create that skeleton structure, introduce a topic. Now, what that kind of topic? I created a workshop, this pill of freedom over here, what you're seeing here, is a fire pill of freedom. It's absolutely insane pill of freedom, guys. And before I talk about this pill of freedom, I wanted to introduce quick UGC technique. So a very powerful hybrid skill UGC technique that you're going to be leveraging. Many of you have one side of the brain developed where you're a very good pitcher, but you're not so much like hand person. You need to be combining hands and pitching together. So in order for you to do that, look, I know it's kind of difficult to combine hands and everything else, right? So here's a little hack you're going to do, right? So when you start talking about your brand, you're going to literally, when you start talking about a brand, you're always talking about your brand, but in context of providing a particular solution in relationship to some sort of a trend. And I'm going to show you, I have a couple of automations that shows you how to identify trends and integrate those trends using DeepSeek and all sorts of other models for your brand, so this way you actually have a chance to be like for other people to see that content. Like for me, I don't even care if I have 0 or 1 viewers. I'm just going to be able to save that recording that I created and just blast it across multiple socials. So I kind of keep going, and to me it doesn't matter how many people on TikTok watching me. What matters to me is the fact that I created fire product, I created fire video, and I could include and embed that video across many of the socials. And I'll show you how to do that as well as part of Threads Booster guide. It literally shows you how to blast information across multiple socials where you don't have to even spend an insane amount of money, and you just do it with a bunch of few tools, etc. I'll literally show it to you as part of Threads Booster, guys. So this way you're not spending any money on those crazy AI like grifters. In fact, I literally could show you like simple automation that you could use right now. But before I do that, I want to give you a quick trick, quick UGC trick. So I'm tapping into the brain, my brain part of my brain, where I'm tapping into UGC skill. So I'm gonna start using my hand, right? And keep something in mind. Why am I saying like, hey, I'm gonna start using my hand and all that, guys? Look, the Feudal Kingdom Academy. What it does, not only does it actually help you learn hybrid skills that are not taught in college. Well, I mean, Feudal Incubator does. Feudal Kingdom Academy doesn't really care too much. It's more like it understands that you're the feudal lord. It understands that you don't actually even have time to develop any skills. You just kind of want to have some high-level understanding of what is what, learn some sort of a high-level understanding of how to orchestrate your business, but you don't really care about deep dynamics of, I don't know, how to train an AI model or how to, I don't know, build a site. You don't really care about that, but you do care about the overall picture for how to combine all those pieces together to help your brand grow. So Feudal Kingdom Academy is absolutely different from that standpoint in comparison to Feudal Incubator. But needless to say, I wanted to show you the UGC trick that you could leverage right now at this point. The UGC powerful trick that will allow you to be no longer the process prisoner to you constantly communicating. Right now, I'm using my voice. I'm communicating and I'm trying to use my hands, and I'm sort of like a multi-model ChatGPT system talking to you, right? Now, this is very, very advanced hybrid skill, guys. Like this is advanced, insanely advanced skill. Only few people in the world actually have that skill of being able to orchestrate information so effortlessly and fly across the screen, communicate, and do all sorts of different things. It's like being trained on multiple models, like in the world of it's like being 4.0 model in ChatGPT, guys. Look, so obviously you can't be like that. You can't look, guys, you can't be good in everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a trick for how you don't have to be good in everything and how you could use this UGC trick to go ahead and basically like use your hands, right? Because when you are talking, you could you forget about the hands and you don't use the hands. But look what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn on that video, and that video is going to be doing the talking for me. Now, how, you're probably going to say, well, well, that's not exactly anything special. But when was the last time you tried this? When was the last time you tried to create a skeleton structure and Notion page that shows all of the metadata, shows buy link, shows all of those different pieces, including the link to, I don't know, like this link over here to Gumroad, where you actually can get the email and can get all those details about where the person could put how much money they'll pay, like 0 if they want this Threads Bots RAG product, and everything is neatly described, including Feudal Kingdom Academy. When was the last time you did that? Okay, guys, so what you've seen is just partial example, and this video is not even finished, but that wasn't exactly the trick that I was going to show you. I was going to show you the trick where when you construct your pill of freedom, and you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to obviously going to open up Gumroad account, and you're going to incorporate whatever is in, you're going to create a little sales page that talks about your product, luxury product or whatever the kind of brand. You're also going to create a little logo as well for your kind of variation of that Freedom Fusion system for your brand. And you're going to include that, like your buy me a coffee link. So this way people could buy you coffee. And of course, you're going to include all those little kind of details explaining, like, where did I get those details? Obviously, I got them from ChatGPT. But how did I get it? Did I get it directly from ChatGPT? No, I continued with my workshop. Then the workshop automatically dropped transcripts in Slack. And Slack, I went ahead, after I got this transcript, I went ahead and I pasted that in ChatGPT, and I told it go ahead and create me a very good description for my product that I'm building right now called ThreadsBots RAG. So guys, the idea here is you cannot afford to be doing any kind of information, creating any kind of workshops unless you're providing some sort of value that extracts some sort of email address out of the person that you're dealing with. And you definitely don't want to be using in your email address, like in your emails, when you start nurturing your audience, any kind of very high dynamic, heavy kind of things. You always want to do it with text, guys. With text or email, SMS is probably even better. It converts a lot better than email, but there's restrictions with SMS. You can't really do that. There's so many different components, guys, but at least what you could do with Freedom Fusion system, guys, you could have your own email nurturing campaigns and all sorts of AI automations that will make things easier for you. And I'll show you more detailed workshops about the Freedom Fusion system itself. It's basically like a CRM system. And this is where you have all the leads coming in one spot. And when they DM the word PAF on my Insta, it automatically goes into Slack. Like, it just has it's a CRM system, customer relationship management system, that integrates all those pieces together, guys. And of course, if you want, you could also resell it as well and make some extra income. If you resell it, I'll give you a good commission for that if you're interested in reselling it. If you're interested in using it for yourself and getting it set up, having your very own Freedom Fusion system set up, then we could help you out. All you got to do is just book a call, go to bio.link/Freedom Fusion system. Notice how I'm effortlessly navigating through all of those different pieces and kind of no longer being the process prisoner. Before I would bottle things up in my head, try to recall, like, oh, where I got to go, like, it would just annoy the heck out of me. Guys, I don't want you to be annoyed. I want you to be the freedom founder, not the process prisoner. So notice over here, I'm saying, hey, look, if you want to book a call with me, all you got to do is you got to go to my site, and everything in one link, buy a link. You see how easy it is, guys? And all I got to do now, notice how I'm using gestures. But by the way, I still haven't showed you the trick that I was going to show to you. So stick around. I'll show you the trick. Notice that's another trick within the trick. As I'm kind of creating that expectation, I'm building upon previous kind of entanglement. I'm entangling your feudal need and feudal want to stay longer. Now, some of you will say, well, that's just absolutely insane. Why do you need to explain those things? Because you need to know those things, so this way you could leverage them in context of your pitching, so this way you could make more money. Now, the question is, how do you connect with me? So if you wanted to go ahead and book a call, all you got to do is you got to select Ron Wells from the calendar window, and then you obviously scroll to the bottom and you get your free 30-minute intro call together with me. You just book it over here. You specify the time included over here. Just keep something in mind. I work full-time. So my best, that doesn't mean I can't pick it up like at regular time, like at 2 o'clock or whatever. I could, but if it's in the evening, it would make things a lot better for me. Just specify over here if you're interested in how'd you hear about us. If it's on TikTok, then include that. And if you're interested in ThreadStack, just say yes, I am interested in ThreadStack, or no. And just specify all of those little details. Specify how much is your brand making, if anything at all, and what exactly are you interested. Are you interested in Freedom Fusion Digital, or are you interested in Freedom Fusion Track, or maybe you're interested in all of those different feudal incubators because you want to develop all of those hybrid skills. But trust me, guys, like, you as the feudal lord, you don't want to be developing any hybrid skills to the level that are being discussed in Feudal Incubator. There's a reason why I created different academy, Feudal Kingdom Academy, just for the feudal lords. And that reason is you need to be an orchestrator. You need to be bigger than that. You need to be providing feudal share. You are the luxury brand owner. You need to be providing the feudal share for other side hustlers from overseas who can be doing those things, and you don't have to spend a lot of money being there from overseas, and you leverage some of the techniques that I show you in Thread Stack Power Bundle that will allow you to make quick sales using a bunch of AI tools and Chrome extensions. Notice I said Chrome extensions, guys. I didn't even mention anything about super complicated AI tools. I just said Chrome extensions. That's another benefit that you guys are going to get out of this. One of the greatest benefits is the fact that whenever I lay out the information for you in Feudal Kingdom Academy, I do it in a way in context of your time. So if you don't have a lot of time to be learning any of this, I literally give you the blueprint of precisely what you got to do. You specifically, you as the brand owner. So this way you don't have to go through the process of learning complicated systems. You don't have to go through the process of, heck, even possibly even learning anything at all. Because guess what? We could connect you with actual side hustlers who can do this for you. Or you could hire us directly. And that's why you're filling out this form over here. You expressing your interest. You're either interested in Freedom Fusion automations or Freedom Fusion system or Freedom Fusion OS or any of those different components. And then you just specify the sales rep who referred you, which, by the way, I do have one interesting side hustler who is in FUD community that I showed you earlier. And he was like, hey, Rome, can you help me build my YouTube channel? And I said, okay. And now he's actually helping me resell Freedom Fusion system. That was kind of cool. But I mean, and what I did is I set up a quick automation where as soon as you put his name, if you put his name, Jackson, there's all sorts of automations kicking in. He gets notified because he was concerned, will he get paid or not get paid? I told him, look, don't worry, I'm going to create an automation that will literally show you every single step of the lead. So this way, if the instance the lead fills out the form, you're going to know absolutely everything about the lead. And that automation is kind of crazy, guys. You got to see some of my workshops, which, by the way, you could go to my bio.link/Freedom Fusion System and see all of my links and see that automation as well for how to orchestrate your sales reps. Guys, if you want to have high cardinality heterogeneous skills like this, not only should you have digital faceless marketing skills, notice I'm not showing my face, but you need to have advanced UGC techniques. I'm going to go ahead and show you the trick now for advanced UGC technique. In fact, me showing the finger right now and doing this and explaining things and kind of going along is one of them. But I wanted to give you, I want to solve the problem for anybody who have hard time communicating and using their fingers. I want to solve that problem. This is how we're going to solve that problem. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Notion. So Notion, as you guys know, there's two screens. There's actually, you should see my channel. I have insane looking monitor. If you have a big monitor, great. That's great. It's going to increase your productivity. If not, just split it on two parts, your Notion, and include the metadata for your product. So in this particular case, this is just one of my pills of freedom. And you could, another thing, guys, before I talk about this trick, the UGC trick, when you trying to be no longer process prisoner, but freedom founder, just remember a couple of things. ChatGPT is acquiring information about you. And of course, I showed it to you. And you see an example of that. Heck, you see it right here. I literally said, what is the Feudal Incubator? Find me all the resources on the internet related to Freedom Fusion System, including YouTube and Threads. Guess what? It found absolutely everything. Well, I can say everything, but it found lots of my stuff like Reddit and all those little details about the whole skeleton structure, you could see what the Freedom Fusion system is. You could totally model it, the same skeleton structure for your Feudal Kingdom Academy. So if you want to make the same type of system, you're more than welcome to inherit that. And that's what I made this open source, inheritable for anybody in the world. So if you are a brand owner who's trying to build your own academy, who's trying to build your own talent agency, who's tired of AI grifters, who just want to be no longer be the process prisoner, but be the freedom founder, then most certainly what you guys want to be doing, you want to be integrating a variety of types of AI content-driven automations to maximize your chances of success exponentially. So there's a couple of high cardinality heterogeneous complexities that are involved over here. First of all, when you start building your Feudal Kingdom, there's different types of structures in play. The number one structure is you definitely got to have a CRM. So in this particular case, I do have Freedom Fusion System CRM, which is built on Go High Level. It includes inner combination of AI chatbots, book appointment system, custom web pages, email nurturing campaigns, and all sorts of pre-qualifiers. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this relatively quickly, how to no longer be the process prisoner using the Freedom Fusion System CRM, and how to stand out in your daily life in terms of outgunning any other kind of brand and getting all of those leads automatically coming in, and kind of having a bunch of other people process those leads without you being no longer being that process prisoner. What we offer also in personalized and non-personalized AI content-driven automation. So what does that mean? Many of you guys probably have seen some of the AI grifters out there. Okay, what is your question? I have a question. What is the question? So we got a question over here, guys. So, but look, the main thing, guys, number one thing which you guys got to remember is when you're constructing your Feudal Kingdom Academy or Feudal Incubator, you got to have the skeleton structure. So the best way to create that skeleton structure is to expand from the high level perspective, then hit play on the record yourself constructing, after you construct the pill, record yourself talking about the pill, then come back and create another workshop, then hit play, and then use your gestures, start using advanced UGC techniques.
Global Up Digital Faceless Marketing Moms, let me go ahead and spill some tea for how you could go ahead and build yourself a second brain. So what I did is I posted this thing over here, this thread. So attention bougie moms over 40, are you ready to transform your side hustle? Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by the chaos of content creation and digital marketing? Do you find yourself wishing for a streamlined way to organize your ideas and boost your income without sacrificing precious family time? If this sounds like you, then you are not alone. Because guess what? I got just the correct product for you guys, especially because many moms face the challenge of juggling their passions with their demands of family life, often feeling like they're stuck in a never-ending cycle of unproductive hustle. But what if I told you there's a way to break free and create a thriving online presence and make some extra income, selling some of your digital faceless marketing products, building your very own bundle, and making more sales? Well, if that's the case, I'd like to introduce you to the solution, my exclusive workshop on creating and selling guides. In my recent workshop, what I did, guys, I shared a powerful strategy on how to repurpose content from popular YouTube videos into engaging guides that resonate with your audience. So what does that mean? That literally just means you find a good video that's trending, and of course, I'll show you how to do this, how to create a very good, easy script to do that. You could have either Menace to do that, or you could have Proxy to do that. It can find you those kind of popular YouTube videos that you could easily mimic, and then repackage them in context of your own brand, and then be able to build your very powerful product, your powerful guide, and be able to resell it and make some more money from building, like literally reusing other people's content. And that's exactly what I was going to show you, in combination with, of course, showing you a bunch of other things, such as how to build your own second brain and leverage that information that you're going to extract from the viral YouTube video as part of your second brain and your workshop that you're going to create and market. And when you can do that, I'm going to explain a little bit more details why you got to create your own workshops and how to set that up, how to organize all this information. So this way you could have similar thing, like your very own Feudal Kingdom Academy type of thing that you could build, your very own coaching program, and or just organize your brand in general and be able to make more money selling digital products and organize information a lot neater. And be able to use AI to go ahead and leverage that information that is very well organized across threads. So what I mean by that is, in this particular thread, what I'm covering is organizational information in Notion, where you simplify your workflow and automate tedious tasks, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. With visual appeal, you get to discover how to make your content pop with icons and emojis, making it more attractive to your audience. You're going to learn more about this concept of pills of freedom, concept for how you could learn how to create bite-sized skill-based lessons that can be easily shared on social media platforms like Threads. And you're going to see how I'm doing this in real time, showing to you how I'm building my Feudal Kingdom right in front of you. So this way you could build your very own brand, your Feudal Kingdom, and adapt the existing content into your unique style, ensuring that it speaks directly to your audience. In my particular case, it's moms over 40. So the main thing that you're going to get out of this workshop, guys, is that you're going to learn how to streamline your marketing process and combine thread creation with automated information population in Notion for seamless experience. So if you guys want, you could join me on a free 30-minute workshop. I do them twice a month. And you could ask questions, and you could grab the link. I'll show you the link a little bit further, but you could either DM Path on my Insta or just scroll further down on And there's a link that I'm going to show you, and then literally you could follow that and join those workshops. So this way I know you're interested in those automations. You're interested in simplifying your marketing. You're interested in having a bunch of bots doing the work for you. So this way you don't have to spend colossal amount of time engaging, and of course, so much more. So if you have any questions about Freedom Fusion System programs, products, or services, definitely feel free to ask away. I'm here to support you on your journey, and let's embark on this path of becoming freedom founders versus process prisoners. And we could do this together. I created this very good, interesting Zoom over here. As you can see, it's just go watch it. Trust me, you guys are going to have a blast watching this workshop. And of course, after you watch that, go ahead and take a look at this particular pill. Here's a pill of freedom in case if you want to learn how to build your second brain. In case if any digital moms want to learn how to build it, this is what it is. This is the pill of freedom. It's offered as part of my Feudal Incubator and Feudal Kingdom Academy. It's actually offered in both coaching programs. So the idea behind it is, if you follow that link above, you will get your own second brain called Threads Bots RAG, which you can use to no longer suffer with remembering information, and you'll be able to simply scrape any site using this Threads Bots RAG, plus be able to communicate with it later using your own and use it in your own AI automations. And don't worry, you don't need to be technical guru or genius to do any of those automations. I'll show you how to do this relatively quickly. And think of it as your own personal brain, literally, and you could learn more about it. You could see this workshop. And of course, over here, guys, my mission is to help moms over 40 discover that freedom. If you like this bot, this Threads Bot RAG, then don't hesitate to buy some coffee. I'm a heavy coffee drinker, and this will support my mission, and it can continue, keep going, creating that content for you guys. But if you guys want to learn more about it, just go to this link over here. Click on this link, and this is where you're going to see a little bit of information. And all you got to do is just specify, say, I want this. If you want this Threads Bots RAG, and you get to see all of the details for this Threads Bots RAG for doing all of this over here. So read the description. My mission is to help moms over 40 discover freedom. This is how it can become reality with your very own second brain. Imagine just saving time from having to constantly engage with leads, and imagine saving money and having to spend on expensive freelancers. Imagine being able to use AI to browse threads for you and help you get leads. Imagine building your own second brain and making it harvest your very own threads that you already created and be able to reference them with ease during your marketing on threads. Imagine being able to pull your own digital product and be able to snipe content from other people and incorporate it as your own and build guides out of that content that you can resell for additional extra income. So below is a simple workshop from Feudal Kingdom Academy. Definitely, guys, take a look. This is an example of how I'm doing this with browser use, but this product, browser use, kind of like Manus. So it just browses around and searches for leads and gets the info, and then comes back to you, creates profile of people who you want to be interacting with, and it could respond back to them without you spending any money on any rigorous costs like operator for $200 a month or anything like that. You just literally, I'll show you how to do that with a basic with the basic library. You could learn that. But this product allows moms to interface on threads with leads, feed them into your RAG, and be able to interface with information you load into it. This product is fire for moms over 40 who wants to be liberated from being process prisoner and finally become freedom founder. This product is offered for moms for free as part of Feudal Kingdom Academy and Feudal Incubator. So definitely, guys, if you want to join my Freedom Fusion, if you want to join my Feudal Kingdom Academy or Feudal Incubator, and want to be part of my Freedom Fusion team, whatever the case may be, then definitely go ahead and DM Path on my Insta. Let me know what your interests are, whether you're interested in reselling products, or if you're interested in reselling, building your own feudal kingdom, or if you're interested in building your own brain, Threads Bots RAG. So what you'll get on here, you'll get your own zip file, and you'll get access to Pills of Freedom, and of course, access to Fire Pills of Freedom. This is knowledge compacted in Notion for moms to quickly consume, and this is what I was showing you. Like, this is an example of Pill of Freedom over here. This is a little blue pill. I'm gonna probably just make it blue next time instead of showing yes. But the idea here is you get access to this Fire Pill of Freedom, where you learn, plus you get Notion access to step-by-step implementation of your second brain. You get access to free workshops, over 3 hours worth of content that shows not only how to create your second brain, but also how to snipe content and build guides out of that content. Learn how to build your own digital product with Notion, Gumroad, DeepSeek, ChatGPT. See it in real time how Ron Wells, meaning me, building his own feudal kingdom and shows moms how to do this in real time. Learn about Freedom Fusion automations for business moms. Learn how to create insane looking templates in Notion, compiling all of your information from across the web and with a solid product that you can sell to others. Learn how to build your own RAG that scrapes the internet and adapt per your brand. Learn about ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle. Learn how to build your own second brain with Superbase. Learn how to grow your Threads bots RAG into other use cases to help you market on Threads. So here's just a little bit of information why you want to do this, etc., etc., etc. But this is a kind of a information, and here's a little bit of Buy Me Coffee. And if you guys want to, you could feel free to support by going to Buy Me Coffee and either buy me a cup of coffee. You could also leave a video message. That is the cool feature of Buy Me Coffee. It's like you could leave a little voice video message with a thank you, or just like to show you support, to show that you like this mission of me helping bougie moms over 40. And of course, if you want this, you could like specify whatever the fair price. You could also put 0 and basically just hit I want this. If you put some money, it will help me out and continue building my mission, getting other people to help you more, guys, and of course create better fire looking content. And of course, this will also keep you on a radar, keep on my radar in case if you wanted to do something special, like increase your chances of making more money for your brand and needs extra consulting, then you're going to be on top of my mind as a subscriber. And of course, plus you get my access to newsletter, and you could stay on top of this. And of course, the best way to stay on top of it is just go to bio.link/Freedom Fusion System, and go to Buy Me Coffee page from there, or you could just click directly on Buy Me Coffee. You could see over here, I'm dropping some articles here and there. You could see all those details from there. And of course, guys, at this point, if you wanted to actually see how this Pillar of Freedom look like on definitely like inside of Notion itself, just to kind of show you what it looks like. Here's a Feudal Incubator training, build your second brain with Superbase. And as you can see, all the information is literally aligned over here. Everything is organized. So the product bundle, it's relevant to product bundle of ThreadStack. It's part of the Freedom Fusion track, Feudal Incubator. This is specifically an incubator that helps moms learn how to build their own agency, and AI automation or talent agency, and other relevant programs that this pill also relates to is Feudal Kingdom Academy. This is also applicable for any boss moms over 40, or it's also applicable for people who don't necessarily have a brand yet, in which case it happens to be part of the Feudal Incubator. So guys, remember I have multiple Feudal Incubators. This is called Freedom Fusion Track. This is slightly different than Freedom Fusion Digital, because Freedom Fusion Track core area is for how to build your own AI and automation and talent agency. This is a little bit different than from Freedom Fusion Track. Freedom Fusion Digital, which hyper focuses on digital faceless marketing as a core area of expertise. But anyway, so over here, you kind of see the tech stack, Superbase. We're going to be covering that. There's some more tools that are being used in there that I'm not including here, like as part of the tech stack. You're going to see more details in the workshop. But the idea here is the desire is simple. You need a solution to replicate your brand, so you can easily refer to it in a chat window. You want to be able to interact with it, and you want it to be more accurate than just ChatGPT, because ChatGPT can't scrape exactly content. So you're going to see how to do this and how to remember information. So your biggest pain point is how to remember information for your products and how to reference that information in Threads. And of course, this is what it covers, how side hustling moms can learn this. This video I need to actually correct. This is one of those pills of freedom that's just apparently missing. So I'm just going to quickly delete that. But the idea here is what the Feudal Incubator is. You're going to learn more about it. What incubators do we offer? Freedom Fusion Track, Freedom Fusion Digital, Freedom Fusion Content. Freedom Fusion pitch, Freedom Fusion Digital Feudal Incubator Workshop example, benefits of joining Feudal Incubator. So you'll get access to that pill. As you can see, Threads is nicely integrated in here as well, which is pretty cool because you could go directly and learn from there. And this pill of freedom is going to be shareable with you guys. So this way you don't have to worry about like trying to figure out where all this information, it's all streamlined in one spot. And that's another thing that I show you in those workshops for how to streamline all of this automation, all of this information that you have about your product in one easy to follow template. So you could explain, create workshops and get more subscribers, make more money from your subscribers, increase your chances of your brand going viral, and of course, build your second brain. And why? Because it allows you to gain that simplicity. You can reference information that you no longer have to remember, minimize hallucinations in AI, and build applications faster. Plus, you get to become freedom founder versus a process prisoner. You get to reduce the need to remember everything about your brand. Imagine if you can have a life like this. And this is an example of the life. So anyway, guys, you got the idea for how easy it is for you no longer to be that process prisoner by just having information in Notion, having it in the correct templates, and basically integrate this Threads bot. And of course, Let's Get Started shows you everything you need in order to build your second brain. And you're going to see how to do this, and you're going to see where I got this inspiration to build this from. And there's a good creator who created this actual RAG. And what I did, I looked at that RAG and I simply adapted it for the further cases. And you could get access to my GitHub as well. As part of gaining access to this pill of freedom, you also get access to my GitHub. And right now, this page is live on the web. This makes it easy for me to kind of crawl it and whatnot. And as you can see, you could also see what's in there. But in order for you to get that file and all that other stuff, like whatever is shown on Threads. So if I go back to Threads and show you this file over here, Threads bot. So as soon as you say, I want this, right, what's going to happen is you put the price, and then what you're going to include, you must input amount, and then you just basically say, I want this, you hit I want this, and then you get access to that pill of freedom, you get access to all those things that I described, making it easy for you to no longer be the process prisoner. And of course, take a look at this video just to get an idea of how I started with this bot. And it basically first came to me as inspiration from Browser Use Library, and how I was literally configured this agent to kind of look at the context of the leads that you're getting from Threads. And whenever somebody like on your feed talking about something, about some product relevant to your brand, what this thing does, it looks at what they're talking about and starts collecting information, and then giving you start profiling them, including the chances and the probability for you actually being able to convert them, and gives you like a breakdown, sends you a message notification, and can easily, where at this point you could easily interact with the lead, or you could go ahead and have your assigned virtual assistant to interact, or have your Threads bot literally assign task to your virtual assistant. So this way you're not involved. All your bot does is identifies ideal customer profile that is relevant for your brand. By doing that, kind of almost like browsing as if it's a real human on Threads, and come back to you, or automatically responds to them with your brand. And you could configure the bot accordingly. I'll show you semi-manual and fully manual techniques for how you could do this. And you could have this thing running on your computer. You don't need to necessarily have this thing running on any expensive SaaS tools. And later on, I'll show you how to integrate this with your own N8N agent. So this way you could literally just interface with it, like using conversational style AI, sort of like ChatGPT, but in a more in a very spicy voice from 11 Labs. I'll show you how to integrate that, and you could communicate with it and just make it easy for you to stand out. And plus, you could ask questions like schedule an appointment, and we'll do all this stuff for you, or check my appointments. And we'll check the calendar. You could say, hey, you know, I'm ready to catch the bus, and it will find the bus if you're like traveling and taking the bus or whatever the transportation. It's more powerful, and I'll show you how to do that and how to set them up as an agentic agent with what's so-called N8N in combination with this ThreadsBots RAG. So this way you could see the power of both sides of no code and code types of AI content-driven automations. And of course, if you are interested in actually building your own AI and automation agency or talent agency, this is the way to go. This is what you want to be learning, this type of information, rather than information from, I don't know, AI grifters who have those eyes, sparkling dark eyes, sort of like a devil sparkling and convincing you that you need one tool or the other, and at the end you only end up holding the bag and not really succeeding in anything because you didn't really get the hybrid skills. Nobody really explained to you why you need a combination of different types of metadata structure inside of those pills of freedom, that so this way could easily reference that information in context of your side hustling service delivery lifecycle and be able to get ahead of the game versus kind of listening to somebody from an industry who other industries that are totally not relevant for moms and totally not going to help you in any way other than just kind of deter you from your underlying goal of building your own feudal kingdom, of building your own feudal kingdom academy, earning that extra revenue from multiple streams. And of course, it can help you do a lot more, build your own digital product, make it in a way that is a bundle, included all using all sorts of Gumroad and Notion, all sorts of techniques that I covered that is just absolutely fire, guys. Trust me, you don't want to sleep on this. Go ahead and jump into it. And if you're not sure how to get to it, go to my bio.link/Freedom Fusion System and literally just go there. By doing that, you're going to able to click on ThreadsBots RAG, or you could do this directly from my threads. The best way to find it is just go to bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. So I'm going to have to fix that link. For whatever reason, it's not working. But anyway, we'll fix that a bit later. But go manually to bio.link/Freedom Fusion System and try to navigate to that ThreadsBots RAG. And then we'll cover the next topic for what to do next later, guys. Anyway, take care for now, and I'll see you next time.
So guys, what you've seen was an advanced UGC technique that I pulled off right in front of you. Meaning what I did is I pre-recorded this workshop ahead of time. This is one of the, from time to time you see me write some poetry, you see me talk about cybersecurity, you see me create very good content on AI content-driven automations in context of digital faceless marketing and using high cardinality heterogeneous complexities intertwined with one another in order to give you the maximum value across multiple perspectives versus you kind of just holding the bag and listening to AI grifters. But from time to time, I managed to do certain tricks that just not taught anywhere in the world. And I wanted to show you those tricks. And this was one of the tricks. And if you use this trick, and I'm going to reiterate again what that trick was, so this way you could repeat it again next time. Many of you guys are struggling to remember information, and it's a horrible thing. I suffered through this myself, and I was kind of like, I was trying to bottle things up in my mind, and nobody would help me. How do I become free? How do I not bottle information in my mind? What is the way for me to provide the information for you guys to quickly understand what I'm trying to explain? And that was the biggest trouble for me. So I faced this problem for the longest time, for 42 years of my life, until I reincarnated Feudal System Framework from Japan, which basically states that you need to reflect, learn, execute, mentor, and squash atomic habits as you do so across multiple platforms. And I followed this system as part of the social experiment, and I went ahead and I documented my interactions of what it took for me to open up my brain and to no longer be the process prisoner, and what it took for me to become no longer that close-minded person who is kind of in a corporate world and not really open to the new ideas and new constructs of the side hustling worlds and entrepreneurs. It was closed for the longest time, and one of the biggest problems was because I couldn't figure out a way for how to construct, how to recall specific information at the needed time when somebody asked me a question. I wanted to be able to reference information that I already talked about before. I wanted to be able to do this quicker. So instead of hyper focusing on like what other people do, like where they learn automations and all that other junk that quickly gets outdated through the new ChatGPT model or whatever. Instead of focusing on that, what I did, I just skipped all that and I said, what can I do to like literally just not even have to worry about any of the automations? Or what can I do where I could just take a screenshot of an automation and it just does it for me? And I'm going to create the next workshop for you guys that will literally show you how to do that. So if you guys are struggling, thinking about like, oh, I don't have much money to pay for some blueprints or whatever, forget about all that. I'll show you how to recreate any kind of N8N automation just with a screenshot and a bunch of context from a transcript of a YouTube video. And I'll show you how to train a bot and literally recreate the entire JSON file. And so this way you could just paste that into N8N and you're good to go. But even that, I don't want you guys to do. I guess the best thing what I want you guys to do, I just want you to understand that if you wanted to develop those hybrid skills, you got to be using this trick that I just showed you, where you pre-record your workshop ahead of time and you where you explain everything ahead of time, and then you go live and you play it on TikTok the way I just went ahead and played it. And as you're doing that, you doing all those gestures, you're showing around, you're showing exactly what the product does. So do that next time, guys. And I know many of you guys are not doing that. And this is the reason why you guys suffering and you can't recall information. Because first of all, you don't have those Notion templates like this, where you set everything up ahead of time. And second of all, you don't have your own Threads bots RAG, where you have all of your the company's data in one spot. Nothing is organized. And I know you don't want to be a process prisoner to organizational constructs and having that OCD mentality of needing to meta organize everything. But trust me, for some of the big things that you constantly find yourself repeating in, something that is already predefined, like a well-defined structure, you definitely want to go ahead and create the metadata in Notion and then be able to quickly kind of go back in between both screens, between both of them, and use your own ThreadsBot RAG. So because this ThreadsBot RAG is going to open up tokens of opportunity for you to reference information very quickly in context of somebody asking that information. Now, do we really need to have ThreadsBot's RAG for that? Not really. I could show you how to do that with the Chrome extension, but in terms of scalability, in terms of dynamic nature, and for how you're going to be interfacing directly with your brand as you grow in your brand, as you grow in your feudal kingdom, that's when you're going to actually need it. And that's when it's going to become helpful. Now, using embedding and all sorts of other techniques that people use out there to kind of find information quickly, that's prone to error. So you definitely got to use it for correct use case. But face it, guys, it's not like you're launching rocket ships in space. Just go ahead and build this basic ThreadsBot RAG, download that zip file, get access to it, hit the ground running, get it. So this way you're no longer process prisoner. ChatGPT is no longer going to be enough for you guys. ChatGPT can't scrape anything specifically in a deep level. This thing can scrape things deeper. And if it can't, then, oh well, we're going to just have to expand it a little bit further, use some browser, use library, and use some dynamic mechanisms to go ahead and expand it further. Now, just kind of, I find many of you guys are being process prisoners, not really doing this Notion thing. What I did is I literally show you how I created Notion, constructed a thread. Then, like, once you understand the manual process for how all of this happens, that's when you're going to go ahead and kick in all sorts of other automations. Of course, Zapier, all that other stuff. And I literally showed you how to do that. It's relatively simple, but this is how you no longer be that process prisoner that you currently are. And of course, if you look at threads, if you start searching on ChatGPT, anything for Freedom Fusion System or whatever, you're going to be able to quickly find things. It's just going to tell you, yeah, here it is. Here's what Freedom Fusion System is. And it literally will tell you the results, and including Reddit as well. So I'm going to show you also an automation, how to grab things from Reddit. But this is the skeleton structure that you want to reproduce for your agency and your talent agency. You are as the orchestrator. You're no longer in a position of being an executioner or optimizer. You're in a position of being the orchestrator. And of course, certain parts of the life cycle, you sort of do need to take responsibilities of other avatars. But needless to say, your strong focal area needs to be, well, an orchestrator. That's basically you as the feudal lord. You cannot afford to be playing around and kind of learning all those tools. You guys crazy? You can't do that. You got to go ahead and hire one of those hybrid side hustlers who is trained already in those tools, and then they could go ahead and spawn more products for you, sell more products, use Thread Stack Power Bundle and sell more of your digital products or physical products or whatever type of products you have. But this is the part you're missing, guys. You're missing first of all, you're missing that brain, this threads bots rag. You're missing that. And don't worry, guys, I could show you how to expand that rag into making it agentic rag, making it more kind of MCP based. So this way you don't have to even use APIs. Like, this is easy stuff. This is not even like my concern. My concern for you is to be better than that. My concern for you is not to focus only on AI and automations. My concern for you as the bougie mom over 40 who cannot afford to be playing around and doing all sorts of things relevant to testing things to infinity. You just can't afford that. What you need concrete blueprint to fit them. And to get that blueprint, join my Feudal Kingdom Academy, guys. So this way I could help you build your very own feudal incubators, your very own feudal kingdom. I could help you grow that feudal kingdom, whatever that feudal kingdom that you may have. If you want to incorporate into it feudal incubators in there and include something similar to what I did, then I could make it happen for you. Just be sure that you're ready to take action. Those who take action will essentially succeed. Those who do not will fall behind. So remember, I gave you plenty of homework exercises today in this workshop for how to take action. And of course, if you don't know how to take action, you could go on ChatGPT and say, Ron Wells told me to take action. He talked about building your feudal kingdom. What does that mean? And you could ask around, and ChatGPT will tell you everything. So how does it know? Because the data, I did the metadata, I did a little bit of homework. I created that metadata and included it across multiple threads. And that's exactly what I want you to do with Thread Stack Power Bundle. Learn how to do that as well, guys. How to build your products, how to blast that across threads with Thread Stack Power Bundle. That includes Thread Stories, Thread Slacker, Threads Themes, Threads Bots, all of that stuff. It includes, so this way you are no longer that process prisoner. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll see you next time, and take care.